I'm Jeff Gelman of Solid Canine Training. I want to make a very specific video today about using an e-collar as a communication tool. If you're not familiar with e-collars, some people call them stim collars, some people call them shock collars. By the way, they're all the same. In 2026, all your major brands of e-collars, you can call them shock collars. Doesn't matter. People don't use certain terms because of social media pressure. I'm actually one of the longest working dog trainers in the industry right now. I've been doing this for over 2 decades every day, career-wise, in business. I still work dogs. I just turned 60. I'm still working dogs every day. When it comes to using an e-collar, shock collar, I'm also one of the only ones out there, even though thousands of people do it, but I'm one of the only ones out there that talk about using an e-collar at a high level. Yep, they call me Light 'em Up Gelman, but not for obedience. When do we use e-collars high? Barking out the front door, barking out the front window, leash reactivity, part of our aggression rehab, resource guarding, rehabbing dog aggression. There's a lot of moments where we're going to use an e-collar high. We have a system, though, of using an e-collar as a communication device for obedience. And that's another thing. People see a small dog and they freak out about it. But when you fully understand how e-collars work, the way we train, it's being used a lot of times, especially at the beginning, as a prompt. Do you know what else is used as a prompt many times? A food lure, a leash, your body, a hand signal. It's all communication. It's all a prompt. It's a signal. It's a nonverbal command. So let me explain to you how we do it. Here's a good example. Ellie's at the beginning stages of her obedience training. She's in our board and train program. She actually has some serious behavioral problems, serious state of mind problems. She knows what down means. But if she doesn't immediately do it down, there's lots of ways that we can guide her into that down. She's not a stranger to it either because she's been trained this way. And then we can also layer the e-collar the exact same way so the dog fully understands it. Many times when you're working with a dog and let's say I want to recall my dog to me. So, Ellie, here. Good. A lot of times, though, let me try something else now. Ellie, place. Okay, good. Aha. She came off of place. I can guide her back. Notice when I first said place, she went to it and laid down. That's what place means. It also means stay there until you're told to do something else. Notice how she jumped off of it. I immediately picked up the leash. See how she just stood up? See how my foot went there? These are all guides. These are all communication. It's incredible. Now, if I didn't have the leash on, what do I have? I could repeat the command, but the leash is awesome. E-collar does the same thing. E-collar does the same thing. Now, if you're sitting there saying, you're wrong, no it doesn't, fine. You're not open to hear what I have to say. Go away. But the way we train with an e-collar for obedience in the learning stages is very specific. It's exactly like we use a leash. So she came off. Goes back on, automatically goes into a down. If she didn't, I would just go like this because she knows, yep, I want him to go into a down. And most of our training we do is unspoken. I already told her place. Do you remember? I already said place 60 seconds ago. So every time she breaks, I don't need her to keep saying it. She knows to go into an automatic down at this stage. I don't have to keep saying it. But right now, at the beginning of her obedience journey, remember, this is the beginning of her obedience journey where Lots of reps are seriously important. I'm going to give her as much help as she needs. Down the road, she will be corrected for non-compliance or for breaking a command. But that's weeks away. The way we use our e-collars is the same way we use our leash. Exact same way. Let's say I call the dog to me. This happens all the time, probably with you guys as well. I'll call the dog to me. She won't come to me. As soon as I pick up the leash, the dog comes running to me. Not because it's afraid of what I'm going to do with the leash. Again, that conversation about dogs always fear. It's because, oh, I get that picture. I'm supposed to recall. Because yes, I've sort of connected the word here with coming to the person that just called me. But sometimes they still need that little reminder. The way we do our beginning stages of e-collar obedience is exactly the same way. We replace the leash with now an invisible leash. Keep in mind, yep, I still use e-collars high in other situations. Also, we don't use vibrate. We don't use tone. People that use vibrate and use tone, historically, actually don't have a system on how they actually condition dogs. They actually don't have an e-collar system. They just think pushing buttons gets them something, which brings me to my next point. Do you really think that from what you heard, that if I just shock a dog, it's going to run to me? If I shock a dog, it's going to go to place? If I shock a dog, it's going to go into a down? If I shock a dog, it's going to kennel up? Absolutely not. But when you use it as a communication tool, when you use it to duplicate what you're doing with the leash, it does the same. Kennel. And she should. Notice how I use the leash as guidance? Notice how, watch this now. Use my foot to get her to a down. Again, I'm helping her with a leash. Good thing I've got a leash on my dog that doesn't know things yet. I'm only giving one command. Ellie, here. Place. Good. Got it? Leash helps guide the dog into the commands you want. It also will help now act as your bridge to off-leash once you have your patterns done. This is not a specific how-to, guys. Our step-by-step protocol is actually very lengthy. This is more theory for folks to understand the benefits of using an e-collar. Because dogs do blow you off. Dogs don't listen. You are competing with different environmentals often. Also, for the folks that are like, well, if you were a better dog trainer, you wouldn't use an e-collar. That's such a lazy thought process. It just tells me you actually don't understand dog training in general or the power of an e-collar, which is fine. Video's not for you. Now, she's been conditioned to an e-collar. They make little e-collars for little dogs. Okay. Look what happened. She's distracted. Okay. Did you see what just happened, guys? Did you see that she ran into her kennel? Yeah, so did you notice how she ran off screen? She actually went into her kennel. Did you notice how she all of a sudden she came running back to me and then went up onto here and laid down? Did you notice I didn't say any words? Did you notice the leash was off? If the leash was on, what would I have done? As I just demonstrated, well, look, watch this, ready? Did you notice how she jumped back on there and went back into a down with no words? Did you notice that it sort of looks almost the same as if I had a leash on the dog? I do. It's my invisible leash. Now, it's not about pushing buttons. It's not about shocking the dog. Take an untrained dog. Her, a week ago, she'd go, I have no idea what you're doing. There's a conditioning and training process to this. So now, if I say, Ellie, here. Down. Good. Place. She's confused. Ready? Pick up my invisible leash. Okay? Did you see that? That's e-collar training the way we train it. Because if I had the leash on right there, I would guide her. I have a leash on her. Now, she's been conditioned to this. Lots of reps have gone into this so she understands. Oh, place, yeah, I know what that is. You know that we know, so watch this. That's e-collar training. If I had a leash on, what would I have done? Stepped on the leash. Now, what do most people do when their dog breaks command? They might say the word again, down. They might give the hand signal again. Correct? It's a communication tool. Keep in mind, I use these high as well. I don't shy away from that. But when I say I'm using it low, I'm using it low. So notice how I can use this similar to a leash. That's the benefit of this. I can have a quarter-mile leash. But for interior work, it's fantastic as well. From point A to point B. Ellie, kennel. And she should go into an automatic down. And if she didn't, and I had a leash on, what would I do? Guide her down or communicate with an e-collar because she knows what it means. It's not about pushing buttons. It's not about shocking a dog to make a dog do something. The way we train is exactly like the leash. If you have questions, feel free to ask. We actually have full training programs on this. But when it comes to obedience, we train with e-collars way different than behavior mod. When it comes to e-collars, stopping an unwanted behavior is a way different philosophy than training unwanted behavior in high levels of distraction, troubleshooting the dog through it all. Most trainers don't actually have a training system with the e-collar. For the last 2 decades, we've actually perfected a system that's easy for you to actually understand. And it's easy for the dog to understand. We've got step-by-step protocols. So this is not easier. This is not a shortcut. We actually layer this over a dog that already has had our baseline training without an e-collar. So it's actually double the work.